that rhythm.
Anything on
So
TV except for
I've
football.
been reading.
What a nerd.
I didn't even read last night, but I read.
Speaking of nerds, welcome back to another episode of Hoosier Nerds Podcast. I had high hopes that that Tim was going to be here. He liked my post, but he's not here. It's just Chris and Chris. Mikey will probably join later. He usually does. But yeah. Are you enjoying the Taylor Swift League, Chris?
You know, this is what I've got to feel about this. It has nothing to do with hating Taylor Swift or, do what she wants. I don't care. Or hating her fans. Do what you want. I don't care. It has nothing to do with.
But what if I do hate her fans? I hate the cult.
I hate
the ones
the cult.
that are part of the
I am
cult.
not in the cult. The money. The thing about me that bugs. The thing that bugs me about her is how she can look out. I know, right? How she can look out on all those football stadiums and realize people have literally paid thousands and thousands of dollars. Like they've gone into debt to see her. And I don't know how she sleeps at night. I couldn't do that to my fans. I couldn't.
Well, I keep looking at, like, every once in a while I'll see an article about what's his name? The guy that did the Richmond, north of Richmond.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, he backed out of another concert because they were charging more money than he thought it was worth.
Right.
Or, he turned down a deal because this, that, or the other.
Like I'm gonna buy Metallica tickets. Like that's a given, right? For their show in Chicago in August, right?
Yeah, it's Metallica.
But it's Metallica. I'm sitting at the top. I'll sit at the top of the stadium because that's all I can afford. Like maybe $112 a piece. And that's Metallica. They're known worldwide.
But
they're selling out football stadiums.
So is Taylor Swift.
Right. That's the difference. I mean,
but they're more affordable. They don't gouge their ticket prices.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even on the secondary market, tickets are still $100. You can get in that show for less than $90.
Jeez.
Metallica. So, but my issue is, you know what? Well, maybe she wants to be left alone. Well, she just wants to live her life. You know what? She's the one that wanted to be popular. She put herself in this situation. She drank the gold juice in Hollywood to become this popular, to be worldwide, to have people clamor for her and tell her how great she is. This is what she gets. Now, do I think it's a psyop and it's all about politics? Maybe it is. Maybe it's she's already backed Joe Biden. I mean, they had 30, but of her millions of followers on social media, only 35,000 registered to vote. So that's a little disturbing.
Yeah, but are they actually going to vote or not? That's the thing.
But see, Kelsey's a pusher of the vaccine. So they're in bed together.
Mr. Pfizer himself.
How do I know this is real? Because it doesn't look real. I'm sorry. And if he was dating anybody else, if he was dating, I don't know, Billie Eilish or Selena Gomez, would we be seeing her jumping up and down like an idiot every time he touches a football?
Not even every time he touches a football. Every time somebody on their team does anything.
I'm not. She hasn't ruined football, but her presence has ruined the game for fans. They don't want to see it. They're tired of hearing about it. That's all. And when now they keep on talking, will he propose after the game? They've already lost the main focus of the game, which is the game.
Wait, that's like the big thing going on right now?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The main focus of the game is not the game. The main focus, and it's, will she go to the game? Will she fly from Tokyo? She can get there in time if she flies after her show and she get into Vegas the day before. That's the story. This has nothing to do with football.
Miss pushes a agenda, but then, she can burn all the jet fuel she wants.
Exactly. This is it. My problem isn't with her. My problem is the focus has shifted to her. And she has done nothing to stop it, in my opinion. She hasn't come out against it. She hasn't said, I never asked for this attention during the football game. I just came to see my boyfriend play football. I mean, I would accept that. And maybe people would leave her alone. But, they want eyeballs and they want attention. And I saw somebody say, oh, would it be great if we could get Taylor Swift to do a concert before the Indy 500? Why? You're losing the focus of the Indy 500. The focus of the Indy 500 should be the Indy 500. They have a concert. It's called the Snake Pit. It's a separate ticket. You want to buy a ticket? Go to it.
Yeah, let her perform in the Snake Pit.
Yeah, let her perform in the Snake Pit. It has nothing to do with the race. And they're hoping that the fans, and the idea of the Snake Pit, and it is a good idea, is that these kids will go to the Snake Pit and have a good time. And as they age out, they will continue to come to the race. And they just might. You never know. You can still party in the infield and have a good time on the spectator rounds. So I think that's a great idea, in my opinion. But when we start losing focus of the event because of who's at the event, you're starting to lose the.
It feels like those F1 races in like Miami.
You're losing the importance of the event, the main event. I don't need to go to a football game. I don't need to go to a baseball game. I don't need any of that. I don't need a concert and to enjoy myself at a sporting event. I just want to go to the sporting event. If I want to go to a concert, I'll go to Ruoff or Deer Creek, or I'll go to Gainbridge Fieldhouse, or I'll go to a football stadium and watch a concert. At a concert, I don't need it at a sporting event. But when I don't care about celebrities at the race, I really don't. I mean, it's kind of cool. They had Adam Driver wave the green flag, and they had Matt Damon, and Christian Bale wave the green flag. That's fine. You know what I mean? But that doesn't take away from the main event of the 500. Dario Franchitti dated Ashley Judd. We got sick of seeing Ashley Judd. It was annoying. All they wanted to do, Ashley Judd. It was annoying then. Nobody wanted to see it. Quit talking to Ashley Judd. We don't give a crap about what her opinion is. Just shut up. Just, So
yeah.
My opinion with Taylor Swift is the same as it was with Ashley Judd. It's really no different. I guess it's on who you like and who you don't like. But since so many people love Tay-Tay, that's the big issue.
Ew.
I don't know if anybody.
I don't like how you said that.
Not a lot of people liked Ashley Judd, so she was kind of a snobby bitch.
Well, isn't that how Taylor is? But she just gets a pass because it's her.
I found out firsthand about Ashley Judd being a bitch.
How? How did you find out firsthand?
So I'm in St. Pete, right? And I see her in this hospitality tent. She was by herself, and there wasn't a lot of people around. I don't think there was anybody around, honestly. And she comes out. I said, hi. I said, I'm a really big fan. Can I get an autograph? She looks at me and she goes, no, and walks away.
What a biatch.
And I was like, are you? And I said out loud, are you kidding me? This is exactly what I said because I was shocked. I was like, what a bit. Now, I did meet her a few years later, and she was nice, but I still haven't forget that interaction.
She could have just had a bad day or whatever, but
she's just a racetrack.
Yeah, that could be a bad day. You can still have a bad day at the racetrack, Chris. Not everybody's you.
Don't be famous. I know, right? I don't know how that's possible to have a bad day at the racetrack.
Well, that's like me. It's like, how is it possible to have a bad day at Comic-Con?
There is none. But I just think we've lost focus of the football game itself. Not.
I agree. It's too much about what she's doing or what she's not doing or whatever.
It isn't to talk about Mr. Irrelevant being the quarterback of a Super Bowl.
The very last pick in the draft could be Super Bowl MVP if he plays his heart out.
But instead, we're worried about whether she can make the football game or not after a concert in Tokyo. That's what we're talking about.
Heck, what was it? It was one of the insiders on Twitter tweeted out something about like my inside report is showing that she is gonna make it. It was like Ian Rappaport, his rap sheet was using
Really?
his insider knowledge to get Taylor Swift intro.
That is irrelevant to the game.
What's sad is like you got all these players, you know, how many of these players will never make it to another Super Bowl, never make it to another playoffs? Heck, maybe not even have another NFL game.
I mean,
And they're being overshadowed by this.
it's not her fault, and it's not Travis Kelce's fault. But there's other players. There's other players on the Chiefs. There's other players for the 49ers. What about George Kittle? What about Deebo Samuel? What about, you know what I mean?
What about this rookie for the Chiefs, the running back?
Yeah.
He runs his heart out every single run.
I agree. I mean, it is their fault. It is their fault. I think like I said, I think it's a psyop. I think it's all fake and bogus to push the agenda. That's my opinion.
I mean, I get behind that. I'm down for a good.
Because I don't believe anything that I see on TV anymore. I really don't. The Office is as realistic as anything that you see in the news and on TV.
Well, I don't. I've downloaded an app. It's called it's a news app. It just sends me Newsbreak. It's I've followed. You've put a bunch of different like news organizations, and it's like links you stuff, and it's all like it's a bunch of stuff. Is like, is this really gonna happen? Type of news. I don't believe anything I read anymore.
Well, everybody said we can talk about the championship games because the Lions choked, obviously, which is sad. But
would you say that the Ravens choked too?
No. So I found this out, and I thought
insider knowledge.
Insider knowledge. Frickin' Annie Agar. Was it Annie Agar? Yeah, it was Annie Agar. You know who Annie Agar is?
No.
She does these TikToks. She's a social media influencer, but she does these weekly reviews of games, and she freaking makes fun of everybody. Like she'll have different T-shirts on her jerseys representing teams, right?
Yeah.
And they were talking about the taunting, and the whole and half the video there. Taunting should be allowed. So different teams are taunting, right? And everything's fine and dandy until they get to the Chiefs. And is it the Chiefs? And then she's dressed up like a referee. She says penalty, 15 yards taunting. So she even gets it. But this blew me away. This stat that she said, the Ravens have lost every time they ran the ball less than 20 times, right? They ran the ball 6 times on that game Sunday.
So
wait a second, against a 28th ranked defense against the run.
So it was rigged from the start.
I mean, I'm just saying, why would you, if they're 28th out of 32 teams against the run, why aren't you running it all day long? That's just, why are you all of a sudden
they're trying to
do
something different? Like, hey, they know we throw it 99% of the time. Let's do something different real quick.
That never
works. But you know what? If you're good at something, why stop?
Why would you? But if they're 28th if they're ranked 28th against the run, why would you not run?
Yeah.
I mean,
it's a little sus.
I don't get it. I don't understand. So I just think that's. I mean, that's a bold move for.
It's a bold move, Cotton. Really let's see how that works out.
Championship. I mean,
well, that's like the Seahawks passing it against the Patriots on the goal line.
Right.
At least that's how in my head, like, I see it.
Yeah, why would you pass that when they could have ran it?
They have Marshawn Lynch. And then in this game, you have honestly probably one of the best players in a generation in Lamar Jackson. And I get it. Yeah, he can throw. But he also leads his team in rushing. And you have a really good rushing attack with your running backs. So why didn't they run? As we said last week, the fix was already in.
So I'm still I do think that there are things being made decision wise that I don't know. It just doesn't make sense why you wouldn't.
I saw it. I forget where I saw it, but it was like they said ever since like the betting became legal and like they got in bed with the casinos, the amount of sketchy calls went up.
Oh, I agree with that.
And I'm not gonna say they're okay. Well, I'm gonna say it. They're cheating. They're fixing things. Whether it's the NFL or owners, I guess they are the NFL, but whether it's them or somebody else, there's no way like half of these things happen because it's like if we can see it from on the TV, the refs have to see it.
Well, how did all of a sudden that did Detroit start dropping passes?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying, but I'm saying.
I've seen it plenty of times, teams choking, but this was the matchup they wanted.
No, not at all. And that's bull crap. Bull crap.
Well,
So,
is there anything else we can add about football?
no, I don't. You know what? I can tell you that here's the thing. I can tell you that Taylor Swift may be at the game and that she has a concert in Tokyo, and she has time to make it to the game. But I don't know who the favorite is because nobody's said.
It's true. I don't know who the favorite is either.
So I can't answer that. So.
And I don't know. I'm tired of hearing about her.
Yeah, me too. I am.
Call me what you want. I'm just tired of it. Like somebody said on Facebook, I must hate women because I don't like her.
That is the dumbest take I've ever heard. Why?
They're really pushing that take now. Have you seen that?
I know that.
And like they don't listen to like people's responses where it's not we don't hate her. We hate that she's on TV more than the players.
Now they're giving me a rundown of time. Well, she was only on for 25 seconds of a 3-hour game, and you're all mad.
She shouldn't be on any more than that anyways, or at all.
I don't care who people are dating. I don't care. You know? I really don't. Show me an old Kansas City Chiefs player that's at the game and is excited.
Yeah, show me the guy who retired 20 years ago who's at his first game since then watching his team make it to the playoffs. Show me Eminem. I'd rather see Eminem.
Right?
He's a real Chiefs fan. When we all know she's a Steelers fan.
And
it
just looks
was it a
so.
different team? I forget.
Yeah, I think it's the Steelers because she's from Pennsylvania. I just think it's bogus. I'm not buying this. They're in love, and I don't have it.
Chris, you heard it here, folks. Chris put on his tinfoil hat.
Every time. Every single time. I don't trust anybody. DTA. Stone Cold Steve Austin taught me that. I'm just saying.
All right. Well, what is this Top Gun ripoff, Chris?
Yeah. Hang on. Let me get it. Hang on a second. Hang on. I wrote an article about, so I'm trying to post it at the same time.
Where are you posting this article?
On Facebook. And
is it a racing article?
Yeah, it's big news out of racing. Big news.
You want to give your writing and the other podcast you're working on a shout out while you're pulling up stuff?
No, we can do it. So
Oh,
no,
okay.
yeah, well, yeah. Actually, let me plug it. It's called. So I write for a website called Sports Media Pass, and I am the surprise. I am the racing reporter and photographer, and so
Expert.
the expert. I am. I am the racing expert. I am. So I wasn't expecting to write anything today. I was expecting to come home and watch Moonshiners while I ate dinner from getting groceries and going to going to the license branch, but that is not the case. So um,
He's
I've been
pulling it
so I
up.
just
He's
got my
trying to
article.
kill time.
I just got my article published about no, that was really big news. So Michael Andretti, former IndyCar driver and IndyCar owner, plus he owns a slew of other types of racing cars, IMSA, Australian VA supercars. He
What's
has
IMSA?
he has been making a bid to race in Formula One,
As
right?
in, like, he raced himself, or like
No,
him
no,
on a
no, no.
team?
Like his team. He's been so he 2 years ago he put in a bid saying I want to be in an F1. So he put in an announcement about it, right? Last year he teams up with Cadillac of all people, right?
Don't
They
they
are
have a
going to
good F1
supply him.
team?
No, they have an IMSA team. They are going to supply him with motors for Formula One for 2028. So he had a deal in place. He was going to race in 2025 using Renault motors till GM came on board in 2028, right? So he has to go through all this red tape and rigmarole and then F1 has to decide. And today they came across the board, said that he's denied. We don't need him here. But basically, they said we don't need him here. They said that the Andretti name is not popular among Formula One fans like they think it is, and that Andretti will benefit from Formula One more than Formula One will benefit from Andretti. So there's a lot of shady backdoor garbage crap going on that a lot of people are pissed off about it.
Oh, I can believe it. That doesn't make any sense. How would you not? One of the greatest legends of all time. How would you not benefit from him being there?
I, you know,
Are they worried that an American will come in and outshine them?
I, to, I think that's part of it. I mean, they said that he would not be competitive, and it would not add anything to it wouldn't add anything to the championship. It would demean the championship if he comes in and they're not competitive.
How would you know he wouldn't be competitive?
There's only 10 teams, so I mean, it's they can't make that. How do you make that choice? So it's just a BS call. But so I wrote an article about it because it's pretty important. Although my followers, you know where my biggest following is? It's gonna blow your mind.
Italy.
Sweden.
Really, Sweden?
Mm-hmm. They
How?
freaking love IndyCar.
Really?
Yes,
How
we
many?
have
How many
two.
people? How many people read your articles from there?
If I do an IndyCar article, I'll post it because I haven't been posting to them because it's called IndyCar Sweden is where I post it from.
Mm-hmm.
But when I did this back before, we just started back up in January, so we
Yeah,
were a
you
little
guys
bit
were. I don't want to say shut down, but they hadn't been doing anything for a while, right?
right for about 3 years.
COVID.
So yeah, so they rebooted it. We had 10,000 readers our first month, which is really good.
Honestly, I
But
would take. I Heck, if we had 10,000 people listen to our podcast, I would quit. I would quit my job.
like, I know, so would I. But I would write these racing articles, and I would put it in IndyCar Sweden, and like I would get all these people reading my articles about IndyCar. So I push it every chance I get, and then if I have a chance, I'll do like I did an article on Swedish IndyCar drivers, and just to kind of push the button. And so
Okay, you
But, I
have an
mean,
audience. You have to kind of.
there's two Swedish drivers in there, Felix Rosenqvist and Marcus Ericsson. I don't know if Tom Blomqvist is from there. Sounds like he is. So it's crazy the following I have of all places. It's from Sweden, but I'll take what I can get.
Do a meetup. Be like, hey, I'll come to Sweden if you guys will, meet up with me.
How about you pay my way to Sweden and I'll meet up with you?
I never wanted to go to Sweden, but you know what? Here we are.
I would love to go to Sweden. I'm going to do a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
And have them bring me to Sweden, and I can teach them everything IndyCar.
And they could teach you about Sweden.
I would learn about Sweden. They have good chocolate, right? Is that where chocolate comes from? Oh no, that's Brussels. That's Belgium.
Yeah, it's Belgium.
Damn it. What does Sweden offer?
IKEA.
And blondes. Right? Blondes and
Norwegians.
Yes, I'm all about it. Okay, but back to what back to the lecture at hand, as Snoop Dogg would say. There is a movie, a Bollywood movie, right? It is made. I had to IMDb the country. It's from India, and it is called Fighter. Okay, and it is about a group captain, right? He's assigned for a team of fighter pilots called Air Dragons, right? And it has the best fighter pilot. So they apparently so this is Group Captain Rocky is his call sign, I guess.
Oh, Rocky.
Is assigned
cool
for a
as
team
Maverick.
of fighter pilots called Air Dragons, which consists of Minnie, Taj, Bash, and Patty. Rocky and Patty share a grief as he believes a co-pilot, NJ, died due to his negligence, and old habits die soon. Right? His co-pilot was killed, right? So they have to take on terrorists, and they have he's got issues. So they Bash and Taj planes crash and both are termed dead. Rocky then raises an inquiry on Patty for not following instructions, but Rocky proves not guilty and has him transferred to Hyderabad Air Force Academy as an instructor.
So Top Gun.
It's Top Gun, yeah. So I can't wait to watch it because it says two IAF aviators come together in the face of imminent danger to form Air Dragons. Fighter unfolds their camaraderie, brotherhood, and battles, internal and external. So he's got a dead co-pilot. He has to fight with that.
So you haven't watched it yet?
I've not been able. No, I just found out about this today. So
okay.
I just read about this movie today, so I haven't been able to look for it or anyway. It says Paramount Pictures will distribute it in the United States, so that's exciting.
So they must be like looking forward to this movie being something.
I don't care. That means that I'll be able to watch it here in America. So that's Fighter. So it is a blatant ripoff of Top Gun, but it made $25 million over the weekend.
Is that good or bad?
That's pretty good. Since top box office weekend was Mean Girls for $6.9 million this past week.
I'm just so used to like big numbers from like Marvel or whatever. Like 25 million doesn't sound like a lot to me for a weekend.
It's big for a Bollywood movie, though.
Oh, I know. Or do they do like? I wonder if they do like they'll stop like mid-fight and do like a dance on their planes or something, like a stereotypical Bollywood movie.
I'm sure. I bet you that happens instead of going to a bar to pick up. They probably go to a Bollywood club, and that's where the dancing is happening.
Oh, okay. Then they have to have a dance break. It's Bollywood.
It's at the end. Bollywood does dances at the end.
Oh, okay. It's Tim.
Finally.
I haven't talked to Tim in a while, so I'm actually kind
Well,
of
he's
excited.
been crying in his Cheerios over the Cowboys.
Yeah. Still
Taylor
better than
Swift is-
fucking Raiders.
In
So
fact, Taylor Swift is going to the Super Bowl before Dak Prescott.
How you doing, Tim? We haven't talked to you in a while. What's up?
yeah,
What's going on?
I've just been playing a bunch of games and stuff. So
Playing with himself, playing
Did
games.
you snort the Pal World crack?
I haven't played it yet, but it's downloaded.
Uh,
I've just been playing. There's some new Destiny content, and I've been playing. Like right now, I'm playing COD Zombies, and I've been playing a lot of Baldur's Gate.
There you go. I can't. Other than COD, I can't fault you for anything else.
Zombies is so fun.
That's what I've heard about the new Zombies. I've heard the new Zombies is really good. I just
Zombies
can't. I can't bring myself to buy another Call of Duty.
I 100% got my $50 worth in just zombies. Like I'm having, like to the point where I'm playing by myself right now in zombies.
Really?
Like that's how fun it is.
Is it like Resident Evil Zombies?
No, it's like I don't know if you know what like Call of Duty Warzone is, but it's like Warzone, but it's all like zombies. So there's no like PvP on this map at all. It's just
Everybody's trying to survive.
There's like a bunch of different. Like right now, I just packed my weapons because I had some pack crystals. I'm gonna equip quick revive, Deadshot.
Is it?
Tombstone.
Do you play as randoms like in the Warzone map, or is it kind of by yourself? Is there no randoms?
What do you mean?
Like, do you get matched up in a lobby with other people, or are you by yourself?
Yeah, I'm in a lobby with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 22 people and counting me or whatever. But the map is so big, like
It's like the Warzone map, right?
Yeah, I could do this whole thing and not run into another person.
That's one thing I haven't seen. Like, usually, like Call of Duties, you see like at least the ones with zombies, you see a bunch of stuff all over the place with people like showing different tricks and hacks with the zombie maps. But I haven't seen anything about the
Like,
zombies. I legit kind of forgot it had a zombies.
There's tons of like secret little like things that you can find, like Easter eggs essentially, that give you like perks and weapons and stuff like that. And there's actual like missions on the map to do, and you get like money, and you can use your money to like pack a bunch of weapons and buy perks. And it's like they literally just took like the old zombies and just mated with Warzone. That's like the best way to describe it.
Okay, for us that know, that makes sense. But like, I don't know if Chris gets it.
Yeah, it makes sense, sort of, to me. So.
Okay. You're not as much as a boomer as I thought you would be.
I play video games
On his Xbox 360, which you know what, I can't fault you for that because I honestly wish I still had my Xbox 360.
Dude, you can get them. They're not that expensive, and the games are hella cheap. You can go to like Disc Replay and places like that.
I mean, don't get an Xbox. Gonna get an Xbox. Get a new Xbox. Don't get a 360.
I've got a 360, a One, and I got a Nintendo like classic.
I mean, 360s, I guess, okay if you're just gonna play like classic games that aren't online at all. But if you like most games aren't supported on the 360 anymore.
Yeah, I know. They pretty much shut down all the servers for
Games
them.
are barely supported on the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Like Destiny's one of like the last games that still supports both old
Consoles.
gen and new gen consoles, which is where a lot of people think like a lot of the problems in Destiny arises because they still support the old.
If I was to get a new system, it'd probably at this point be the new Nintendo when they announce it. The rumor is the new Nintendo, the Switch 2 is what they're calling it right now. It's going to be announced this year.
I mean, it really doesn't look like it's going to be anything different than the old Switch, though. It's just going to probably have like a little bit better of an engine or whatever.
Well, isn't that what all systems are? Just a little bit better than the old one?
I don't know. From if you're going like that, I would say like the most recent jump was pretty significant. Like you notice when
I
got
guess I haven't played.
when
I don't have any of the new. I haven't played a new console yet, so like the PS5 or
like
whatever Xbox, whatever
once
the
you play
Xbox is
something
called.
in 4K, it's like really hard to. I mean, like it's hard to not notice the difference.
Yeah, I mean, ever since I started playing on I don't have a 4K monitor, because I didn't want to spend the money for it, but I have a 2K monitor, and I can never go back off of 2K.
Have you seen the trailer for the Suicide Squad game though on the PlayStation?
I've heard that game is complete shit.
Really? It looks cool though.
It's actually, I don't know what you're reading, but it's actually a lot of streamers really like playing it. It's pretty. It's just when it first came out, it was like bugged for the first day or something like that. Like
Yeah, they were like people getting jumped to the last mission with everything spoiled.
Complete the story or something like that. But once they fixed that, it's
And
really
I heard they did Kevin Conroy's last voice of Batman dirty.
oh, who cares? Batman sucks. Don't base a game off of fucking Batman's voice. It's stupid.
It's the guy that's played Batman for 30 some odd years, the voice of Batman.
Isn't he dead?
I mean, literally anybody
he died. He got halfway through
can
recording for this game and died.
Anybody that can do the Batman is a good enough Batman for
You
me.
know, that happened in Plan 9 from Outer Space, the Roger Corman movie. Bela Lugosi died halfway through making it, so they had to get a replacement, and it was some guy that was like 1.5 feet taller than Bela Lugosi, and he covered his face with his cape. The rest of the movie.
Was it obvious? Like
It's
stupidly
blatantly obvious. Plan 9 from Outer Space is one of the worst movies ever made. In fact, in Seinfeld, they are going to go see Plan 9 from Outer Space when they're stuck at the Chinese restaurant.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Caught
about that.
right. Caught right. They caught right, and it was I yelled caught right. Nobody come. And then it seems not Cartwright. So they leave the restaurant because they don't want to miss the movie. And he goes, Seinfeld, fa. So Plan 9 from Outer Space. It's just a huge cult classic. They did riff tracked it. It was one of the very first riff tracks, actually. But yeah, that has nothing.
Whoa, lag, so much lag. Oh my God, lag.
It is not unusual to replace somebody with somebody else mid.
Well, what was it? Spartacus. Did you ever watch? It was a Showtime. I think Showtime. Spartacus. It was a
the blood looked incredibly unreal.
It was made by the guy that did 300.
Okay, yeah.
So it was kind of like over the top, but like the guy that played Spartacus died of cancer in between season 1 and season 2, so they shelved season 2, and they did it really well. They shelved season 2 and did a prequel. They're like, let's do a prequel while we recast the guy, and they took like 3 years to recast the guy, and it was like of course they don't look at all alike, but it was like they at least shelved it. It wasn't like an instant replacement. That was like the first time I've ever had that happen with something I've been watching where it's like, okay, well this guy's dead, now they had to replace him. Spartacus is a great show. It's only on Showtime though, so I think Showtime.
I thought blood was a little unreal. So
It was.
it's like
It
fake
was over the top, but it was.
cartoon
If you're
blood.
looking for a good action series,
Watch
with
Game of
no, this show doesn't have the fall off like Game of Thrones.
Watch Boardwalk Empire.
I never watched Boardwalk Empire, but if you're looking for a good action series, this shows it for you. If you want
Dude,
like a good
it's-
historical action series,
You should watch it. It's on Max.
I watched I think like the first season. I
It
never
is
got
so
into it.
freaking good.
That was
It's
when I was in my
historically-
phase of like all my friends. There was like a phase where all my friends would say a show was good, and I'd go watch the show, and I didn't like it. That happened for 30 Rock, The Office, and a couple other shows. It was like this, why, and I quit listening to them. So like when they said Boardwalk Empire is good, I didn't listen to it.
Office is okay, and like certain episodes of Office I like, and some episodes of Office are just not. They're just not funny to me. But some episodes are really like. There's one episode where Dwight literally hides weapons all over the office. It is hilarious.
That's a great episode. There
But-
are the Robert California
but there's
episodes. Some
other
of them aren't
episodes
funny.
that just don't do it for me, and I just can't get into them. But episodes like that, I bust out laughing. Like when he reaches into there's like a weapon floating in the 5-gallon water jug or something like that.
It's paintball.
I like
right?
the
Is it
clips.
paintball guns or that Office is very hit and miss. The Robert California episodes were a little slow. The ones with I thought the ones with Will Ferrell kind of drug a little too.
There's Will Ferrell was on that show.
Yeah, at the end of Steve Carell when he was leaving.
Oh, I never knew that. No, but for me, I can't watch an entire episode of The Office. I love watching like clips on YouTube or Instagram or whatever. But it's like I can't. A full episode is just boring to me.
But I kind of feel like that way with Supernatural. Like the first few seasons of Supernatural are pretty good. I could probably watch them all start to finish. And then once you get like past I think it was the season 4 finale, maybe it was either season 3 or season 4 finale. Everything after that, it's like half the episodes would be like pretty good, and then the other half of the episodes would be
Yeah.
couldn't.
I
They were
think
balancing they tried to balance like other shows where it was like some were storyline and some were like the monster of the week, and sometimes the storyline was good, sometimes it was not good, sometimes the monster of the week was awesome, sometimes the story was ass.
Well, I can remember old Super Friends episodes. Some of them are hit and miss. So. It's like that with everything. Big
Yeah.
Bang Theory, same way.
So you just gotta like find like I still don't. I mean, I'm like pretty invested in this point, but for shows like Family Guy, American Dad, South Park, Futurama, all some of my favorite shows, and they're all pretty much almost every episode is good. There's like maybe like a handful of episodes in each season that I'm not like a fan of, but when you have 25 episodes in a season, you can do that.
and then
Right.
like South Park, you've gone for how many seasons now? It's gonna
Yeah.
happen.
And then like you're gonna have like like I'm not a fan of like the Towley episode with Oprah. I usually skip that episode. 'cause
Yeah, it's funny. It's got
but it is-
parts.
sometimes I do watch it because I'm like, oh Minji.
The ones I skip are the when Mr. Garrison is Donald Trump.
See, like some of those episodes are
Hilarious.
because
Some are, but they're
he
they're
was-
very hit and miss.
Mr. Garrison was almost Trump before they decided to make him Trump. Every Christmas, what did Mr. Garrison ask? Can we get rid of all the Mexicans? Like that was
We're
from
not
season-
trying to get rid of Mexicans. We're trying to get rid of people that are here illegally.
that was like season 2. Yeah, but back then they were pretty much the only ones that were like illegal. But like
That's when
that
he
was
was
a season
racist.
1 joke that they like kept up, and then come season 18 or 19 when he was gonna when they needed to fit Trump into the show somehow.
Right.
he was
Well, that
perfect
was the
for it.
best way to do it,
And,
but
and they made him Trump just like they put the hair on him like they put the helmet on Vader. It's so funny.
that part, yeah, that was fun.
But then there's sometimes where, like what's his whole shtick like when he's running for office? Fuck them all to death, right? And then what does he do when he gets to the Canadian Prime Minister, who is coincidentally the Trump version of Canada? He fucks him to death. And that's
I
just
don't.
think he just-
I
that
don't
wasn't
think
my
they
favorite.
actually expected him to win or Trump to be president either.
Nobody expected.
I still think Trump would have been better than Biden again.
Of course he would.
Oh,
But that, I keep seeing every time on TikTok. God, I run across the voice recordings for freaking South Park, and I came across the human centipede one.
Oh, human centipede? Yeah.
Yes, and he's like, "Should I eat a cuttlefish and asparagus, or the
Oh,
vanilla
vanilla
sauce?
paste.
The vanilla
Vanilla
paste." It's going,
paste. Vanilla paste.
okay, cuttlefish and asparagus. Nom 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 nom, and they're dying laughing in the sound room. They cannot stop laughing because it's so ridiculous.
The one that keeps coming up for me on things is the one where the sushi restaurant comes into town.
Oh, yep. I just saw that
Does it
one.
go to Soda Sopa?
No, not
No,
that.
no, it's they have the assembly. What's the difference between China and
Yeah.
Japan?
That was a great one.
And he's like, so people don't think that teriyaki's from China. And the guy in the restaurant's like, teriyaki's not from China. And he's like, no, teriyaki's not from.
Oh man, those shows are hysterical.
It'll be a national travesty when they finally quit making South Park.
I know, right?
Never really talked about the Creed or the Cred episode.
We still got two more movies, quote unquote, per year for the next 4 years. And then I think it's either 3 or 4 years. So there's like 6 more specials. And then they're locked into HBO to have a season to have, I think, like six more seasons or something. So I mean, granted, these last 2 seasons were only 6 goddamn episodes long, but
I know they finish. I'm like, oh, when's the next episode next week? And I wait, and I wait, and then I wait another week, and then they never come.
And they make it worse by like the first episode comes out, and then it's like a 2-week break to the second episode. Then it's a 1-week break for the third episode. Then the fourth episode will be next week, but then the fifth episode's like 3 weeks away. But they do 2 like hour-and-a-half long movies every year. So I mean, I'm not like the movies are all pretty good.
And you know what? The episode qualities are better than what they used to be too.
Yeah, but God, I missed just the 30 minutes on Wednesday nights, 10 o'clock.
And like 20 some odd episodes a season.
Yes, I missed those. I really do.
I mean, the 20 episodes a season is long gone from media.
Anything.
So,
Ever since the writer's strike of 08 or 09, that'll never come back.
Well, no, I mean that's not true. There was most South or
I
well,
mean, like,
I mean I don't know now. I mean it could be.
problem is now
American Dad still put out like 20 episode seasons, but they also, I mean, South Park puts out 2 movies, so
Big
I mean,
Bang was 24 episodes.
Yeah, but they were coming. I bet they were coming into budgeting issues because they were, they were asking for so much stinking money an episode. Probably
They were making that much stinking. No, Jim Parsons wanted to quit, so everybody's like, if he's not doing it, we're not doing it either.
well, now they're talking about coming back. I read somewhere where Parsons wants to start it back up.
Really? But
Yeah.
Young Sheldon's over with, and that's
Well, and they're
it's
doing
crappy
they're
because-
doing a show on his brother now.
it's crappy because we only get half a season because of the strike for their last season.
Yeah.
That's a bummer. But God, if I ever run into cuttlefish, I'm gonna start dying laughing. I'm gonna tell you that right now. That's for sure. But shifting gears, I want to bring this up because I read this on Facebook.
Oh, so it
And-
must be real.
No,
How's
it's
so
it's from Fox 59 out of Indianapolis, right? and this is under the heading Indianapolis area crime, right?
Okay.
A Wisconsin, this is based out of Fishers, a Wisconsin man suspected of stealing over $90,000 worth of calculators from Targets across Indiana and several other states has been arrested after an alleged theft in Fishers. Frank Covington, 33-year-old man wanted out of Wisconsin, was arrested over the weekend and charged with several felonies after police found over 20 graphing calculators allegedly stolen from a Fisher's Target in the back of his car.
Hey, I don't blame him.
But-
Those things are $100 a pop, and you're required to have one for school.
Listen to this.
He's trying to help us.
Dude, well, while officers were detaining Covington, they found a magnetic device often used in retail thefts inside his pants pocket. Inside his car, police found 23 Texas Instrument TI-84 Plus CE calculators, 2 Texas Instrument TI-84 Plus calculators, 1 Texas Instrument TI Inspire CX2 calculator, a large amount of unused Target bags, a stack of cards with Target aisle numbers listed, and a receipt from a Target in West Milwaukee.
This guy had a plan.
Fishers Police Department said officers interviewed Covington, who reportedly admitted that they were stolen calculators in the back of his car and he'd taken from multiple Target stores. He also told officers he didn't want to talk about how he ended up in Indiana and that he was driving a rental car. So my question is, why are we stealing $90,000 worth of calculators?
That's only like those
So, like, he
calculators
goes
are
to-
so expensive. That's all I can
Yes.
think about is like they're just so expensive.
But what's he gonna use them for?
You know what? He's probably a fucking super villain, and he's like, I need 4,000 TI-83 calculators to run my doomsday machine.
So you get a level 6 felony, 2 level 6 felonies, and a
I thought you were
Class
gonna
A
say he's a
misdemeanor.
level 6 wizard. I don't know
No.
why I thought you were gonna say he's a wizard.
Another guy was arrested by stealing Legos from a lot of Legos from Target in Fishers. So Fishers a hotbed for goofy ass stealing. But $90,000. What's he gonna do with $90,000 worth of calculators? Is he like you said? So you're saying he's like Lex Luthor, and he's
Yeah.
like,
Yep.
He's turning them into a supercomputer.
That's what he's working. He's working on hybridizing them with Cartman's Dawson's Creek Trapper Keeper.
all I can think of is the kid with Down syndrome selling stuff to the kids. Hey, you need like it says to go to colleges and just hang out by like the chem lab or the computer lab and the math area and like try and fence these items. Is that what he's stealing them for?
Hey kid, you need a TI-85? Oh, you need a TI-86? Yeah, I got you, boo.
I mean, I just thought that is the most bizarre story of stealing something. I mean, I can see stealing from Target and maybe stealing like, I mean, I get like the Lego thing because like Legos are expensive and like you could probably make some money selling them.
Dude, some of the resale on some of those Lego pieces.
But freaking calculators, like I didn't even know. Like I'm like, dude, they're on your calendar. They're on your phone.
Yeah, but have you had one of those graphing calculators?
I am not smart enough to own a graphing calculator.
I do too.
I'm too dumb. I flunked algebra, so no, I do not have a graphing calculator.
Dude,
But
they could do so. Yeah, you can have it on your phone, but the actual calculator is so good.
I could Google it. I can put in the problem on the computer, and it'll give me the answer.
I can just put it in Chat GPT.
You have a
Yeah. So what's the point of having a freaking $90,000 worth of nerd computer?
you have a square root button in on your keyboard though.
What is it?
He's got
Do
a
you have like
point.
I don't think you have a square root button or like an exponent button on your phone though, unless you're specifically using like a calculator, like on your phone. I don't know.
You know what the greatest number of on the calculator is, right?
Boob.
8,008.
5,318,008.
Boobies.
Because upside down it spells boobies. That's right.
I actually went into ultrasound the other day, and there was a calculator on the desk, and I made that number, but I did it like half as much, and I hit like whatever times 2, and I said hit equal sign real quick to one of the girls, and she was like, "What is that?" I was like, "Turn the calculator upside down." She was like, "Are you kidding me right now? Aren't you 30?" And I was like, "Yeah, but it's still funny."
It's funny.
I don't care who you are. That'll be funny till the day we die.
That's right.
It's like 69.
You didn't write out boobies on a calculator when you were in school.
Did you even have a school?
Did you even live?
Did you even have calculators when you were in school?
I did.
He had the little thing that it pushes the beads on the thing left and right to add stuff
An
up.
abacus. I did not have an abacus.
See, he even knows the name of it, so he definitely had one.
An abacus.
Abacus. I don't know. I did take typing class. I didn't take keyboarding. I took typing on typewriters.
I remember like when we were learning typing, I'd already learned how to type because we had a computer, and I was like so pissed off because I was like, I already know how to do this. I don't want to do this. I slacked off in that class so bad. How can you cheat in that class?
You can't cheat in typing. How do you cheat in typing?
Kimberly just said she cheated in typing. How'd you cheat?
I had other people print off their stuff with my name. I knew it the second it came out the printer, and I don't know how.
She's like, because I'm a robot.
I tried so hard.
Contacting the Indiana School Board. Not sure she's fit for teaching fresh young minds.
A good example.
Well,
I may have been a hooligan.
Fresh young minds. She's cheating.
You can't cheat in her class because she knows all the tips and tricks.
Right.
That's what I always think that with like, if I was a cop, I would catch so many people speeding because I know where I speed.
I never see cops where I speed. I don't get it.
So either they're not good, they don't know where to go, or they know where to go and just choose not to catch people because there's like certain spot. I'm like driving and I was like, damn, if a cop was right there, I'd be toast.
I don't really see. I mean, if I get busted, it's going to be through through Carmel and Westfield.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. They're going through Carmel, getting off of 69, not 69, 465.
Yeah, well, essentially between Carmel and between the Carmel exit and basically 465.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly where he is.
That's so I've been pulled over twice. The first time was after a concert. I had my music too loud because I couldn't hear shit. Plus, it was Old Black Betty, Bam Bam. Old Black Betty.
Really?
Yeah, we had that song cranked, going through downtown Noblesville. I didn't know I was in downtown Noblesville because I was like in high school and I was just following my GPS, and I was just like cranked it going through Noblesville. The guy gave us a warning, and we went on our way. And then the next time I got pulled over, I didn't realize I had a tail light out, and that was the rudest cop I've ever had an experience with in Carmel.
I got pulled over through there, but that's because I had a headlight out. But in my defense, I was driving home from Florida, so I had no idea I had a headlight out.
Surprised you just found out then. Was it dark?
I did. Yeah, it was at night. I was almost home.
No, what I'm saying is, like, when did it turn night?
Well, this was like at 11 o'clock at night.
Oh, so I'm surprised they just pulled you over then. Is what I'm saying. I'm surprised you didn't get pulled over earlier, like when it was dark out.
It
somewhere
was
else.
dark out. It was 11 o'clock at night.
He's not going. I don't think we're communicating right. It's
Oh,
okay.
if it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon and I've got my headlights on and one's out, they're not pulling me over. They pulled me over because I was the only one on
They're
the road.
mostly pulling you over to make sure you're not a drug dealer. Or
That's
something.
exactly why they pulled me
Say
over.
5 o'clock in the
They just
afternoon.
used the headlight as an example. But I'm glad he told me because I would never would have known.
Yeah.
5 o'clock in the afternoon is kind of like late to be calling it afternoon. I would say 5 o'clock at night.
It's 5 in the afternoon.
I
say
mean,
five-
for that
say-
matter,
You say
it's
5 in the morning, don't you?
yeah, morning and night aren't afternoon. So you're saying you could say it's
And
11
this afternoon ends at like 6 o'clock. It's 6 o'clock in the evening. It's 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
I don't know. I feel like
6
that's already
o'clock in
night.
the- No, it's 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
I think nighttime is like 6:37 is what I consider night.
6:37.
No, like 6:30, 7 o'clock.
I mean, I guess you could say like
6:37, right?
whenever it starts to
6:37
get dark
exactly.
at that time of year.
Is that like
That's
25 or
night.
6 to?
Yeah, it's that time of year where it gets dark out at 4 o'clock.
It never gets dark at 4 o'clock here, though.
I'm over exaggerating there a little, Chris. Come on
But
now.
it does in Chicago. When we
It's
were
like
we went to
I guess
Chicago.
30 here sometimes at like the peak of the winter.
Well, we were in Chicago in November because they're Central Time, and it was getting dark at 4 o'clock.
Ew.
Do you know what day it's the darkest of the year?
December 21st,
The day after the Indy 500.
Which is
the winter solstice.
there you go.
Memorial Day.
10 points for Chris.
10 points, Gryffindor. I'll take it.
Yay.
It's
Actually,
the
I'm
winter solstice.
Slytherin, so
You know, when I was a kid, it just used to be like straight up December 21st.
It
Now
is.
it's like a certain time of the day, and it can be the 20th or the 21st. Or
That's because, you know, the Earth doesn't move in a perfect
it's because the Earth is flat. Come on now, guys.
the Earth doesn't move in a
I
perfect
knew it was flat.
45 around. So it's not the same.
It's not the
Nor
Come
same.
on,
does
guys. We're
nor does-
flat earthers in this
It's
house.
different.
Nor does it spin exactly 24 hours.
Every once in a while, like a flat earther will come up on my like Instagram or YouTube, and I watch them and I just laugh.
Didn't they say? Didn't I read something like somewhere like somebody tweeted about F1 about flat earthers around the globe are talking about, and I'm like, you just like defeated your whole argument.
Yeah. I love when people ask them like, so why are we the only planet that's flat? Or like every time they try to like every science experiment they come up with, they prove it's round.
I thought like pictures from space said that it was round.
They all
Well,
they
but
all-
they're fake.
the,
Those pictures from space are fake.
Didn't that guy that jumped out of the Red Bull thing like wasn't
was-
like the Earth round in that video though?
It's
Or
fake.
did he-
It was edited.
No,
There's-
did they?
way to prove
That's
the
their
Earth is round.
that's their argument
Right,
all the
yeah.
time.
There's a way to prove Earth is round from the ground, and it's a when there's a solar eclipse, the shadow is a perfect circle, and the only way to cast a perfect circle shadow is via a sphere, because no matter what direction the light is coming
No.
from, it's
know-
always a sphere.
You know what else casts? You know what else casts a perfect round shadow? These nuts.
I was gonna say my fat ass.
I had a person
think
on the
it is-
phone the other day. Check this out. Speaking of weird stuff like that, they wanted to get paperwork into their provider so they could change their sex to non-binary on their license.
Ew.
I thought that was a little crazy.
I called somebody. I said thank you, sir, when at one point,
Well,
and
it
then
was
I
like
pulled up their chart, and it said they them. I was like, oh gosh.
Oh, yeah, well, so how was I supposed to end that? Okay, they, them. Thank you for, I didn't know how to end the call. I couldn't say ma'am. Afraid to. So
I'm
I didn't
afraid,
say anything.
even if it's like a 50-year-old or like 80-year-old lady, I'm afraid to say ma'am sometimes.
I will also, if it says she or her, she, her, or the, or female, I'll do ma'am. Other than that, if it says they, them, I'm like, I don't even know what to say. That's not fair. Don't put that kind of pressure on me.
You sound like a guy, you're gonna get called sir. If you sound like a girl, you're gonna get a ma'am.
I don't know. It's crazy. This world with this too much noise. Too much noise, Chris. Blah blah blah. Noise, noise, noise. Just all noise. So I'm tired of hearing it.
Hit the mute button.
I'm telling you, it was so much easier back in my day and I know I'm waxing nostalgic. It wasn't better. No, there's a lot
We
more
just
cool
killed
things.
gay people.
There's
No,
no, I mean,
We could
there
take
is-
them out back and hang them.
No, you kidding? We didn't take them out back of hand. My God. No, I mean, there were like I could afford to, like, damn,
You were
value
allowed to
meal
make a mistake.
yes. Well, a value meal at McDonald's was $3. Not everything was on social media. Not everybody you could debate and have conversations about things. Not everything was like, oh, it's because you hate women. Like, don't accuse me of stuff. You know what I mean? Nobody was accusatory. There
if they
just
weren't
wasn't.
so stupid, I wouldn't hate them.
I mean, well, there wasn't that many. I don't remember that many stupid people. That's the problem. We've
Well,
got
now,
all
because
these made
every
up
stupid
things.
person every person is special now. Everybody's special.
Yeah, like I mean, like if you were a shitty player, you didn't make the football team because you were a shitty player. You wanted to make the team. You worked harder to get on the team the next year. There was no participation trophies, crap like that. I'm telling you, life was easier when and you ever see that picture? It says, like life was easier when the phone was attached to the wall instead of attached to other people. And I'm like, that's the truth.
I'm a big proponent of social media. Ruined everything.
I agree. I agree with that. I mean, it's nice. You know what? It was nice at the beginning because you met up with old friends from like high school. At least I did.
Mm-hmm.
Family members that you didn't get to really talk to. You could interact with them, and then what was everybody posting? We went out to dinner here. This is my dinner. This is my dessert. I want to go back to that. I'm tired of reading about politics and.
I'm sorry. I feel like the problem isn't social media. The problem is that people use social media for all of their political bullshit.
I mean,
And
I read Twitter. Honestly, I do get most of my political stuff from Twitter, but that's why I have Twitter, because of the people I follow on there, and I get important news or things that I think is important. But I wish that Facebook would go back to when we were posting. I'm at the movies, eating a popcorn and drinking a cherry Coke.
I still liked MySpace more than Facebook.
I never had MySpace.
Did you do the wallpaper and you could do the music?
And that's what I'm saying. That was what was so
Your
cool.
top friends.
You could literally customize your page. Facebook had the little banner, but that still wasn't even until like way down the line in Facebook. MySpace you could put like the whole background as something. You could have music start playing like as soon as somebody like logged. You could have like your favorite songs play. You'd have like all your different like info and stuff, and you could post like little things. But it was really like a personal page, is what it was.
It was more about you than.
Yeah.
Well, that's what Facebook was to begin with too. Was more about who you are.
Yeah.
That's what I said. I wish we could go back to that. Let's go. People, I don't care about your political point of view. I don't care. I don't want to read this story. I don't want to hear this. I post TikToks, but it's of horrible people from the 80s dancing or this really ridiculous singing. I don't post political shit.
With the stupid scrolling thing over your damn head every time I scroll through my following.
Do what?
Kimberly says get a haircut still.
Oh, on TikTok? Yeah, I like to do the Q&As. Those are stupid. But I don't post those on Facebook. I want to see people's food. Show me what you eat. Where you at today? You know what I mean?
Tell me about that movie you saw.
Yeah, I like seeing the like the younger people I know. They're having families and stuff. Yeah, take pictures of your kids. Show them at the pumpkin patch. Show them on Santa's lap. I want to see stuff like that on social
what-
media.
That's what Snapchat's for.
But speaking of music, Tim, good call with the music there. You talking about music. So did you see the thing with TikTok and Universal Music?
I haven't.
So Universal Music is pulling all of their music sound bites off of TikTok because they couldn't come to an agreement. That's Taylor Swift. That's any big name. A majority of the big name artists are pulling. So anybody, even influencers, have used those songs in any of their TikToks are going to have their videos muted after midnight tonight.
Really?
Yes, because they could not come to an agreement.
That's going to be a big hit to a ton of people.
Yeah, Universal Music and TikTok, like I saw it today. I was like, that's kind of a big deal because they mentioned
If TikTok wasn't a Chinese company,
Yeah,
this
Universal. They're all from China, so either that or if they're not from China, they're from America and they're selling ugly shit to China.
No, but I mean, like, if it was like the whole big thing about TikTok is that it's a Chinese company, and that's why, like, I feel like everybody's going at like all these like companies are being like. I bet they would have come to an agreement a lot easier if TikTok was neighbors with Universal. or
Taylor
something.
Swift, Lady Gaga, Elton John, Drake, BTS, all these huge names are getting
Oh
ready
gosh,
to get.
what are all the weebs going to do without BTS?
So what are they going to do without Taylor Swift?
We're going to end it. We started it with T Swift. We're going to end it with T Swift.
Olivia Rodrigo? I
But
just thought that was interesting. Yeah, everybody gets mad. They're like, don't buy off of Temu because it's from China. And that I like buy my jerseys. I buy all my jerseys from China because I ain't spending $300 for a jersey when I can order it from China and get the same thing for $25.
well, no, Temu and some of the other ones like Sheen, they've been they people think they use. Well, of course it's Chinese, so they're like they use slave labor.
I mean, I'm pretty sure in China, if you go to prison, it's like I wouldn't
Hard
call
labor.
it. I wouldn't say it's not like slave labor, but it's like hard. It's like a labor
Yeah,
camp.
and they can also, depending on how bad you are, they can take your organs and sell them.
I buy all my football jerseys off of DHgate. All my football jerseys, my baseball jerseys, my hockey jerseys, all from DHgate. You can't tell the difference.
When China comes and invades, Chris gonna be like, "Look, I'm wearing all your stuff.
Yeah, I'll have all my jerseys on at the same time.
These are from you guys. I support you."
And I'll be like, hi,
It's
It-
me.
me. I'm
Ni
the problem. It's me.
Ni hao.
Give me the cuttlefish.
I don't think they ever said what race that guy was. I think it was just Asian.
Who?
That dude that was attached.
Oh, yeah, just stereotypical, I guess, but
Yeah, I think it was Asian because I don't think he said like specific. I don't think
No,
they said
They
specifically.
didn't say specific.
he's got like the same character model though as like the Japanese guy.
Shitty walk guy.
No, the Japanese guy from the sushi one.
Oh, this is okay.
What episode? Right now in the corner, I have a paused episode because I joined the podcast, so it paused. It's the Thanksgiving episode. I'm looking at Miles Standish right now,
Oh, that was a good one.
where they do
Yep.
the whole like Ancient Aliens meets Thor, Thor and South Park. It's pretty funny. I like it.
In the new Ted.
So
They make perfect jokes of like Ancient Aliens and perfect jokes of Thor and combine them to the what is it, the Native American killing machine, and big suit of armor that's at the end of Thor. The anti-Native American suit.
Tim, did you
seen the new Ted show on
That's what I
Paramount?
was about to say. That show looks hilarious. I
I
need to
saw the
watch
first episode. It's really
I
funny.
never saw Ted, so
Oh, that's like up your alley. You need
That's
to
'cause
watch
it's-
Ted and
It's
Ted
because you're
2.
offended because they talk like you do, and you all sound like a bunch of assholes. So I'm just.
I don't
Is that why?
know.
Does it cast a bad light on you guys?
I love when they do Boston accents.
Harder.
Like I don't know.
Harder.
You guys see like what is it, Sam Adams commercial where he's like from Boston?
Dude, I cannot get that out of my head. Anytime I hear anything that's
I
doing
love
Boston,
It's so
Um,
it's so funny.
immediately go from Boston.
He's like talking in the bar. He's like leaning so hard into the. I mean, I have met people that, I have to lean into the accent for it to like really show itself, but other people really have it like constantly, and they'll be like, yeah, I was driving down the street and I was eating my chowder in my car, and like they're getting crazy.
Oh,
Like
goodness.
it's like, are you even real?
Oh yeah, harder. Where's it at? I was like, oh my god. Listen, no, she said, do you ever hear a Boston girl have an orgasm? Oh yeah, harder. Oh god, that was so good. Now I'm gonna stuff my fucking face with Pepperidge Farm.
One thing I feel like I always say, mostly because I hear it most in Family Guy, but is Mark Wahlberg. I usually don't say Mark, I say Mark Wahlberg, because that's how I hear it like most of the time.
You know what? I comment.
Especially in Eminem's song too. Back when Mark Wahlberg was Marky Mark.
You know, I do not refer to him as Mark Wahlberg. He is always Marky Mark to me.
Yeah, he's Marky Mark to me too. Even though I never knew him as Marky Mark. It's just, he's just Marky Mark.
Yeah, Marky Mark. It's not Mark Wahlberg. Who's in the movie? Marky Mark. Oh, okay, cool. Just saying.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to another episode of Who's Your Nerds podcast with us.
Finally got Tim on. Thank you, Tim.
I know. I'm gonna title this "The Return of Tim."
I've missed
halfway through the podcast. Anyway, but you can catch us at Pod Nerds on Twitter, Who's Your Nerds on Facebook. You can watch and listen to us on YouTube at Who's Your Nerds, and catch us at your favorite sites such as TuneIn, Spotify, iTunes, and Amazon.
And you'll never wonder who's your nerds.
It sounded like he was falling down it.
Rhythm. Rhythm.